Hello Planning Masters and welcome back to the channel. Today we're setting up February in my bullet journal and I'm very excited to share with you what I came up with. If you're new here, my name is Masha and I'm creating videos on bullet journaling, doodling, creativity, so be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you always know when I release a new video. Okay, let's get planning. Okay, so for the supplies, a B5 journal in a gorgeous cover. Off screen, I use this circle maker and this mandala stencil. I'll be using some zebra Fineliners and several other supplies. You can, of course, find the links to everything in the description. Okay, so what's the theme? I kind of decided to do mandala as a theme for February. I really love drawing them. It's really calming. They come out pretty. So I thought it will be kind of a nice meditational activity for me to set up a journal with this theme. And in a way it was, but I realized that it's so much more difficult to actually draw these when you have to film. So I'm kind of having more fun with it off camera. So I don't think I'll be doing this theme anymore, like in the future, but I am really happy with the way it turned out. Okay, as you saw, there was a little bit of footage missing. That's simply because half of my face was in the camera all the time. I did not notice that because I was too immersed into actually drawing all these patterns and all of these things. So there are several ways you can draw mandalas and several patterns, and it can be black and white or they can be colorful. And I've been contemplating it and eventually I chose to do mine black and white. And then all the headers will be in color to kind of have this little bit of contrast. But in case you don't know how to draw these and you kind of want to get some tips, I will leave the link in the description to my blog post on how to draw mandalas with step-by-step tutorials and pattern ideas. So, you know, if you want to recreate something similar, you definitely can. So yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of moving my journal this time a little bit just because it's not really possible to finish up all these circle patterns without actually moving the journal. So unlike in most of my other videos, here there probably be a little bit more of moving around. But yeah, as you can see, my basic idea is that I'm trying to kind of do different types of pattern on each layer, and I decided to do this contrast and some areas just to color them black instead of filling up with different patterns, just because I really like that look and like the difference between patterns and dark black ink. Unfortunately, a part of the footage went missing. So I think I mentioned before that I'm having some issues with my camera, and that's why I'm kind of cutting on the amount of videos I'm making, and I still can't really fix it. So yeah, unfortunately I recorded myself adding those details to the second mandala, but my camera went crazy and the footage is now lost forever. I am hoping I'll find somebody who can fix it this month, but I'm not very hopeful. But anyways, moving on, here is my monthly log. And this time I went with the same format I did last month. So I have this little mini calendar. That way I kind of have this calendar view of the month because that's something really important to me. Calendar view is just the best way I understand the month. But with a B5 journal, I have been really loving a vertical calendar format. A vertical monthly log format. Because it just gives you so much space, and I usually add it in the middle so I can kind of divide my month into two parts. So I have my work-related stuff on one side, my personal stuff on the other side. And I don't know, I was not a fan of this format, but with the B5 journal, it kind of started working for me. So I'm using it again this time. And as you can see, there's still some space at the bottom, and I think I'm just gonna fill it out with like the most important tasks or like my goals and intentions for the month. Again, kind of like the way I did in January. It really helped me. It helped me to kind of orient myself in the right direction. And well, I think I'm gonna keep on doing that for a while. Well, we'll see. That's the beauty of the bullet journal system. You don't have to stick to the same thing all the time. If something doesn't work, just switch it up right away. And my monthly log is actually not complete yet, but I will be adding some color. And usually when you use marker on top of the pen, you might want to wait a little bit for the ink to dry, so you know there are no smudging or anything. So instead of finishing up the monthly log itself, I'm kind of going in and adding the patterns to the mandala, which is coming out really nice. I like it. Okay, so a few tricks that I use to make sure that a vertical monthly log works for me. First thing I like to do is to add color to the weekends, so it's kind of very clear for me where the week starts and where it ends. And then I use the light gray Tombow to kind of add contrast to the lines, so it's a little bit clearer on the, which date exactly you're at. And this is my next page, and it's kind of a brain dump, but this time I decided to just call it notes because I kind of did use it last month mostly for kind of notes and questions and stuff like that. And you probably noticed that I kind of had to move the camera a little bit so it's a little bit closer, and the reason is that because this mandala is on the top corner of my journal, my face was all the way in the camera. So thankfully I found a way to kind of cut it off a little bit, and you still get to see me setting up this page. But yeah, since the whole point of this page is that during the month I will fill it out with whatever notes, questions, important things to do, I don't know, random stuff that came into my mind because that's the way I used it in January. So I kind of didn't want to over decorate it or add anything extra because I need more space. That's the whole point of the page. And that's my February. Let me know in the comments what theme you chose, and I will see you in the next video. Keep bullet journaling and don't be a blob. Bye!